So, Carrie, tell us a little bit of the story. Who are you and how did you get into the BAM ecosystem? How did this come about for you?
I came about it in a very different way, I think. So before I got into BAM, I was a stay-at-home mom and a single parent, raising 3 boys and just really pouring into them. And just before my middle was going to go to junior high, I felt God say, "You need to help them with their career path." And so because of that, I started looking into ways that I could do something. Started a small ministry at my church and it was a career ministry and it didn't have one. And what I'm finding is a lot of churches don't have them.
Hmm.
And it has just started my path. So next thing I felt called to go back to school and God took me to Hope International University where I met Neil Johnson, one of the pioneers of BAM. I know you know him from a long time ago, and he introduced me to BAM, and he allowed me to develop a student. It was International Student Businesses Mission Club at the university. It was small. It lasted maybe a year, and when I left, it ended. But it it was a good opportunity to introduce students to businesses mission companies. So we did some field trips. So we also went over to Italy, the first Italy study abroad for BAM, which was great. We took an art instructor, a business instructor, and a mission instructor. And the
Hmm.
students spent 30 days over there. So it was a very cool opportunity to introduce them to BAM. And I like starting things. So one of the other things that I did was artisan crafts and finding crafters and hosting boutiques. And even at the school, we had a international business fair day or something like that. And we displayed all these artisan products and were able to talk to the students about fair trade and artisans across the world that are marginalized, but through a craft and our supply chain bringing it to the States and then they're purchasing it, how they were really supporting. And so it's just a better educational opportunity, if you will. And so that was the introduction to BAM.
I love it. And Carrie, first of all, I love the story. I'm a single mom. I got these kids, and
Mhm.
one son in particular. You step out for him, and God starts meeting you all along the way, which of course is what He always does. But it's the stepping out part that's the hard thing. But then from that, you connect with students almost instantly. So, what do you see among them? What was it in the beginning? Were they missionally minded? Were they just students figuring out what do I want to be when I grow up? What did you see, and how did you connect with them?
So at the church, we hosted monthly seminars where we brought them together with professionals that were in the church. And that kind of started this idea of planting the career ministry in my head, which led to these other things at HIU. And on campus, the students, they were happy college students just going about their business. Some of them were interested in BAM. I know one went on his first mission trip from what we were doing, met his wife and is now
Hmm.
happily married and he's looking into a coffee business. And so there's other opportunities like that and students like that. And then so fast forward with my kids, they've now successfully launched. And so again, like BAM came in and out of my life. It was not a constant thing, but I told God, you get me through this phase of the single parenting, raising 3 boys on my own. And when they launch, I will get off the bench for you. And like you said, he has met me and he has put those stones in front of me every step of the way.
Hmm.
It's really been amazing. So after my time at HIU, put it on the sidelines, focus on the career ministry, and then which led me to Vision Resourcing Group, which now it's now 10 years later. And the two aging co-founders were looking for a successor and they asked me. And so that's how now I'm CEO of this education and ministry and really seeing more of a need for career development and just the students, the college students, like Barna, they've got their statistics. 78% are walking away from the church when they go to college, which
Yeah.
in looking at it, it's just, hey, kids go to college, right? And so they go and then they're navigating their pathway. The thing also is that a lot of them don't know what they want to do vocationally. And so I'm studying that area and hoping to bring it back to the church, plant those career ministries within the church. And then here comes Team 67 too. And God has just been very gracious putting us together and allowing us to reach that next generation. And then even within our team, Mike, everybody is from a different aspect of band. You're a very seasoned BAMmer, which is fantastic because I'm coming from it from a different perspective, not really in the band business. I didn't go overseas like Ben, but as you put it, I'm in touch with the college students. And that is just super, it's so fulfilling to meet them and to see the ones that don't know what they want to do, and then to be able to have that conversation and talk to them about business's mission, whether they're an entrepreneurial mind or whether it's just faith in the workplace. And so the gap that I've seen is connecting people like yourself who've been in BAM for a long time, a while, and then companies like Ben's company, Leather Company, and bringing them together with the students, providing that
Hmm.
opportunity. I took a small poll, and 57% of this one small sample group had no access to an internship. So I see that as part of what Team 67 2 can provide, like making those connections and then introducing and hopefully moving that forward, taking them into a new direction